guys, so today I'm going to show you how to do a cut crease. This can be really, really difficult. When I first started doing makeup, I was really intimidated by cut creases and then like smoky wings. And those are probably, I find them to be the most difficult. So I'm definitely not an expert at it, but I have figured out there have been like a couple little tips and tricks along the way that I've learned myself that have helped me to do cut crease, and so I'm gonna try and impart them on you today. It ended up being like really, really dramatic. You do not need to go this crazy, but if you want to, I mean, I'm obsessed with this look. Like, I love the way it turned out. So the first thing that I want to talk about are brushes. Like, it's definitely impossible to do a cut crease if you don't have the correct tools. So you're gonna want a natural hair blending brush. You can get it's like a MAC 217. Pretty much any brush brand carries them. I'm like just conducting a fucking opera over here. Okay. Then I have two smaller blending brushes. They're basically the same brush, but they are just different sizes. One is a little bit smaller. These are both from Morphe. You're gonna want an angled brush to help create that crease. And then you're going to want a flat brush. This is super important. We're gonna be using this a lot, and this is going to really help you clean up any like mistakes that you might make. My best looks always come from when I just kind of sit down and do them freeform. I wasn't really thinking about it. Like, this is pretty much how I always do my cut creases, but in terms of color and products, I don't really know. I just had a bunch of stuff on my desk and I started going. But I love the way it looks. It's so perfect for fall. Like, this is amazing for Thanksgiving. Like, the whole outfit, everything. Like, if I was actually going home for Thanksgiving and I was gonna be spending with my family, this would be my look. This is so perfect. But anyway, I'm just like rambling right now because I've been sitting here doing this cut crease for such a long time. Oh, I got a cat. I want to introduce you to my cat. Hold on. Okay, so I got a cat. This is Zeba. Hi. Hi. I just woke her up from a nap, and this light is kind of bright. It's gonna open her eyes. Hi. Why are you so cute? Not having it. Not having it. Also, I got a haircut. Finally, I chopped it. It was horrendous. I know a lot of people have been asking to see my like a hair video. I honestly don't know what to tell you, but I will make one. Like, I don't know if I can do an actual tutorial, but I will make a video about it, I guess, like the products I use and stuff. If you really want to see it, let me know. It's really not interesting at all. All right, so I'm gonna stop rambling, but if you want to see how I got this look, keep watching. All right, so the first thing that I'm gonna do is go in and start off in the crease like I would with any eyeshadow look. I'm gonna use this blending brush. It's super dirty, ignore that. It's kind of similar to the MAC 217. I would use that one, but my cat was just chewing on it. So that's not happening. So I'm actually gonna be using the Kylie Burgundy Palette again because somebody on my last tutorial suggested that I do a cut crease with this look. So, and I mean, come on, it's like fall and I'm like so fall right now. So I'm gonna be using this. So the first thing I'm gonna do is go in with the shade right here, Beach. So I'm gonna place it right in the crease, and just go back and forth. And I'm not gonna worry about getting it on the lid. So I like to go back and forth and then do circular motions. So you wanna focus on sticking this in the crease and then blending it upward. Again, don't worry about getting anything on your lid. We're gonna take care of that later on. I'm gonna go back in with that same color, but I'm gonna use a slightly more concentrated brush. I'm gonna use the Morphe E17 brush. So this is just like a smaller blending brush. I've heard Smith has really great smaller blending brushes. I don't have any of those, but I've heard that they're like absolutely incredible, so I would suggest those. So I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm taking the same color, I'm gonna stick it in my crease, just work on defining it a little bit more, and I'm kind of doing the same thing. Like, just working it in the crease, and then blending upward. You're gonna get it on the lid, but you don't have to worry about that. I don't know if I mentioned this, I primed and set my lids with concealer and then just a little bit of like a neutral eyeshadow. That's always how I start my eyeshadow looks. All right, I'm gonna go back in with my blending brush and Beach again and just blend that. So You can see we're concentrating everything really heavily above the lid. Okay, now taking an even more concentrated brush, I'm gonna use the Morphe E18 brush, which is like similar to the other one, just smaller. You can see the difference. This one right here is the E17 and this is the E18. So you can see the difference. It's like the same brush, it's just a little bit smaller. Now I'm gonna go into Brick, this shade right here, and I'm gonna start building it up, but I'm gonna do my little blending trick. So I'm gonna go into Brick and then I'm gonna tap back into Beach. And again, I'm doing the same thing. I'm just gonna place it in my crease and concentrate it. So we're just building up the contrast that's in the crease. You obviously don't have to make it this intense. I'm going back in with the E17 and Beach. Okay, so now you want to go in with like an angled brush. I'm going to go into Almond now, and I'm going to start tracing where I want the actual cut crease to be. Okay, so if you have hooded lids like I do, then you want to draw your cut crease above where your skin folds so that it doesn't end up creasing even more. Because if you do it down here and then you put, say, like a foiled shadow on your lid, it's going to hit that skin and it's just gonna ruin the whole look. So I'm going to take Almond and I'm just gonna draw up like right above where my skin creases. And then I like to wing it out a little bit. So dramatic. I'm gonna end up like drag queen makeup. Okay, so now I'm gonna take the black color from the Shade and Light eye palette and I'm just gonna deepen that up a little bit with the same brush, same area. So I'm gonna go in with the Morphe E18 brush and Almond again from the Kylie Cosmetics Burgundy Palette. I'm just gonna focus that on the tip of the brush and then I'm going to start blending that upward. So you can see we're already like blurring that line more than this one. This one's really intense and obvious, and now we're just kind of blurring this into the blend of the crease. And then once you've blended, you can go in with a lighter color. I'm gonna go back in with Beach and my blending brush and just blend that out. Always going in with a lighter color afterwards. Helps blend so much. It's gonna take a little bit of time and patience. You might have to go back and forth with the colors a lot. I'm gonna take this Revolution brush. This is the BX66 brush. It's a blending brush, but it's a little bit flatter. And I'm gonna mix Brick and Beach on the side of the brush and then blend out in the corner. Just remember, if you're trying to like pay attention to a detail area, to use a smaller brush. Now that we've got our super intense crease, I'm gonna go into the lower lash line before we go into the lid. And I'm gonna do that basically the way I do every lower lash line. So I'm gonna take some of Beach on my Real Techniques, how do I always forget the name of this, shading brush, and just lay it in. I'm gonna go in with Brick in that same brush. Okay, now I'm gonna take that same Makeup Weapons 1.9 brush and I'm going to take Almond and drag it from the corner of my eye out. I just like to do this when I do cut creases because it kind of creates a wing and it's like really fun. Now I'm gonna take the Real Techniques smudge brush and Brick and just blend that. All right, I'm gonna take a little bit more of Almond on the smudge brush and define the outer corner a little bit more. Okay, so now comes the crucial part. This is extremely important. I'm going to use the Furless Cosmetics PM2 brush. It's nice and flat. This is a synthetic brush. It's absolutely perfect for applying something shimmery to your lid, like a foiled shadow, anything. But because it's so flat, you can really use it to create that crease. So you can see this isn't perfect at all. Like a lot of shadow got down on our lid, but I wasn't worried about it because I know I'm gonna go in with this and I can absolutely create that crease. It's kind of like cleaning up your eyebrows with concealer. I've seen, there's a few different ways you can do this. I've seen people go in with a concealer first and clean it up and then go over it. I don't know if I want to do that. I've never done that before. It's not a bad idea though, I might try it, fuck. Yeah, what the hell, let's do it. And then I'm just going to use it to kind of like create that crease. I'm using the tiniest amount, but this is also gonna work as a really nice base for when we lay down our foil, which is what I'm doing. So this is what we do with the concealer. All right, so I went in with the concealer. It actually worked quite well. I'm impressed. I haven't had any like creasing or anything, and it cleaned up that line really well. If you hear noises in the background, it's my cat. She's out of control. So now I'm gonna go on the lid, and I'm going to use the new Pat McGrath Metalmorphosis collection. Well, I'm gonna use the bronze color from it because that just like works, right? So they each come with a corresponding cream. So you can see, this is the cream. So I'm gonna go in with this first, all over the lid, where we put on the concealer, and then I'm gonna go over it with the pigment. Now I'm going to use the same brush, I'm just gonna kind of wipe it off, and I'm gonna go in with the pigment. So you want to make sure that you're pressing it onto the lid, rather than like swiping. Take white sand from the Anastasia Glow Kit, and I'm going to highlight my inner corner because I think that that will complement this look very well. Okay, so for lashes, I like to use something that complements the wing that we've created. So not something that's gonna make your eyes look a little bit more round, but something that's going to like kind of follow that natural shape. So I found these lashes, they do that sort of thing, like they wing out at the end, so I think they're gonna be really nice. I don't know where these are from. I think they're from House of Lashes, but I don't know specifically. Anything like this style will work. All right, so I'm gonna curl my lashes, apply a couple coats of mascara. I'm gonna use the Gallany First Class Lash Mascara, like I always do, and then I'm gonna pop these on. All right, and this is the finished look. Alright guys, so that's it for this look. I hope that you enjoyed. I hope that it helped in some way. I realized that it got really dramatic. You don't have to do it this big. It does not need to be full-on drag queen. I did like using the concealer. I didn't think that I was going to, but I did like using that, and it definitely worked as a really nice base. So I would suggest that as well if you want to try that out. Maybe just stick to shadows if you're beginning, and then you can kind of just progress. Like go move into concealer and then try shimmery shadow, and then maybe go into the foils and just get crazy. As always, if you have any suggestions for future videos, please leave them down below. Leave me a comment if you have any tips and tricks that help you with cut creases, or if you have any advice for anyone else. I love seeing conversations happening in the comments. That's like the best when people ask questions and other people are able to weigh in, so definitely do that. All right guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I will see you soon.